Hear another illustration. There was a man, a householder, who planted a vineyard and put a fence around it and dug a winepress in it and erected a tower and let it out to cultivators and traveled abroad. When the season of the fruits came around, he dispatched his slaves to the cultivators to get his fruits. However, the cultivators took his slaves, and one they beat up, another they killed, another they stoned. Again he dispatched other slaves, more than the first, but they did the same to these. Lastly he dispatched his son to them, saying, "They will respect my son." On seeing the son, the cultivators said among themselves, "This is the heir. Come, let us kill him and get his inheritance." So they took him and threw him out of the vineyard and killed him. Therefore, when the owner of the vineyard comes, what will he do to those cultivators? They said to him, "Because they are evil, he will bring an evil destruction upon them, and will let out the vineyard to other cultivators, who will render him the fruits when they become due." Then the Pharisees went their way and took counsel together, in order to trap him in his speech. So they dispatched to him their disciples, together with party followers of Herod, saying, "Teacher, we know you are truthful and teach the way of God in truth. And you do not care for anybody, for you do not look upon men's outward appearance. Tell us, therefore, what do you think? Is it lawful to pay head tax to Caesar or not?" But Jesus, knowing their wickedness, said, "Why do you put me to the test, hypocrites? Show me the head tax coin." They brought him a denarius, and he said to them, "Whose image and inscription is this?" They said, "Caesar's." Then he said to them, "Pay back therefore Caesar's things to Caesar, but God's things to God." Well, when they heard that, they marveled, and leaving him they went off. Chapter 23. Then Jesus spoke to the crowds and to his disciples, saying, "The scribes and the Pharisees have seated themselves in the seat of Moses. Therefore all the things they tell you, do and observe. But do not do according to their deeds, for they say, but do not perform. They bind up heavy loads and put them upon the shoulders of men, but they themselves are not willing to budge them with their finger. All the works they do to be viewed by men. For they broaden the scripture-containing cases that they wear as safeguards, and enlarge the fringes of their garments. They like the most prominent place at evening meals, and the front seats in the synagogues, and the greetings in the marketplaces, and to be called Rabbi by men. But you, do not you be called Rabbi, for one is your teacher, whereas all you are brothers. Moreover, do not call anyone your father on earth, for one is your Father, the heavenly one. Neither be called leaders, for your leader is one, the Christ. But the greatest one among you must be your minister. Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted." Chapter 24. Departing now, Jesus was on his way from the temple, but his disciples approached to show him the buildings of the temple. In response he said to them, "Do you not behold all these things? Truly I say to you, by no means will a stone be left here upon a stone and not be thrown down." While he was sitting upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples approached him privately, saying, "Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign of your presence and of the conclusion of the system of things?"